Thank you all for coming on this day, this great day that God has given us. In the beginning, there was Mom, and it was good. She washed the dirty, fed the hungry, pressed the wrinkled, and admonished the sinners. And we know who we are. Life was safe. I jest, but just a little, as I cannot remember a time in my childhood when my mom was not a presence, either physically or in my thought. I cannot remember a time in my adulthood when I couldn't trace the decisions I made back to my mom. Mom was. Mom is. She lives in my sisters, she lives in me, and she lives in her grandchildren. Janet, Joanne, Jean, we are now orphans in this world, but that's okay. Mom did her job, and I think she did it well. She did not leave destitute waifs attempting to make our way in the world. She provided the foundations of our lives that allowed us to do good, enjoy good times, build our additions to the family, and endure the difficult times. When we were children, Mom was usually found in one of two places, our home or the church. Thus, we kids were usually in one of three places, home, school, or church. Every Sunday, without fail, she took us to Sunday school and then attended church with us. One of the many reasons I loved to visit my relatives in Michigan was we actually got a Sunday off. Mom was frugal. One of her sayings was, "For free take, for buy waste time." I tried to explain that to my wife Terry, and it turns out to be some weird Zen mom thing. There are 4 of us present that understand it completely, but only 3 evidently can explain it. Mom had her shopping list, and she stuck to it. She had her budget, and she followed it. It was through this discipline that Mom and Dad lived without fear in their retirement years. Though I sometimes joke that Mom made the buffalo scream before she released the nickel, I truly wish I had learned this lesson better and earlier in my life. Mom had a set schedule for the week. Monday was wash day, and Friday was shopping. Sunday, of course, was church. I cannot recall Tuesday through Thursday, but without a doubt, they were assigned their tasks. Mom was a good cook. She was not a fancy cook. I don't think she used much seasoning other than salt and pepper, but it was really good food. Her methodology was simple. On the days Dad was home, she cooked a big family meal so that we could all bask in our Father's love and have some family time together. On the days he was on the road, we finished the leftovers, if any, or had a simple meal. So I'm sure it came as a complete shock to Mom when one of my sisters said to Dad, "I like it when you're home because Mom feeds us." To this day, I don't think there is anything more enjoyable in my life than being around a dinner table with my sisters and family. I love Thanksgiving Day for this reason, and it stems from my mom's insistence on meals together. I found out that Mom and the Army had very similar ideas about many things. If you weren't early for something, you were late. You were, by definition, nude if you didn't have on an undershirt. You do not, by any stretch of the imagination, live in a democracy. Put things away and you'll know where they are. Cleanliness is next to godliness, and for goodness sake, make your bed. Some of these I followed better than others. While all of these things didn't necessarily apply to my sisters, mostly the undershirt, the bed thing was ironclad for everybody. Honor thy father and mother is the fourth commandment. Mom taught us that by example. My earliest memories are of being 4 years old with Mom and my sister Jean in Michigan, living with my cousins while Mom and Aunt Mamie cared for their dying mother. It was one of the toughest times in our family history, as our family was separated with Janet and Jody still in Cleveland with Dad. Paradoxically, it is also one of the happiest times of my life, as I recall ripping and snorting around Woodland, Michigan with my cousin Chris and Jeff, all the while my mom and my Aunt Mamie were hiding their grief of losing their mother at the ages of 34 and 39 years old. They are tough ones, these depression kids. The Bible tells us that the first woman came from man, but since that time, all humanity comes from woman. Mom gave birth to 4 children. I know no greater expression of love or miracle than a woman giving her whole being to bring new life into the world. Mom devoted her life to making a clean, safe, loving home for all of us. She gave us all the love she had all the time to the absolute best of her ability. In the end, how can you pay sufficient tribute to the woman who gave you life? I guess simply by saying, I love you, Mama. I always will. There, I said it, and I'm glad.